Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I hope that you can hear me okay. Please let me know if you can hear me. Try not to be screaming, but let me know if you can hear me. Going live right now. So you guys come on in. I think there's a few people on the other live that I created. So hopefully they'll come over here. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Phases the Next Level. We're going to be talking about Jada, the Red Table, Will, August, Bill Cosby, whoever. Today is open forum. So come on in. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. I see there's 12 people in the live right now, so welcome everybody. I don't see any comments at this time, so anyway, on your way in, if you will, hit the like button. I surely would appreciate it. Hey Tori Love, hey Trigger 281, hello you guys, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. On your way in, hit the like buttons if you will. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know that you can hear me okay. Hey, Shanika Ramsey. Hi, Antoinette Williams, first timer. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you being here. Go ahead, you guys, and share the video. Hit the like button. Welcome our first timer, Antoinette Williams. Know that you are always welcome at Phases the Next Level. Hey, Candy West. Thank you. You can hear me. Thank you, guys. I appreciate y'all being here. I haven't been live, I guess, in a little while. So anyway, I'm glad to be here and I'm glad that you guys can hear me. I just wanted to take Sunday and just kind of talk about everything that's going on. So I want to wait for a few more minutes to see if a few more people will come in. If not, we're just gonna roll like this. It's all good. They can watch the replay. So come on in. Happy Sunday to everybody. I hope everybody is well and your families are well. We know that the COVID has not gone anywhere. Actually, the numbers are rising. So you guys just remember to be, precautious, wear your mask, social distance, do everything you can to protect yourself, your families, and everybody around you. Hey, Vet. Hey there. Thank you for being here, Miss Vet. Um, so anyway, yeah, I saw that your president, uh, Trump, he had a mask on for the first time in public that I know of. So I don't know what that says, because he said he wasn't wearing masks. So, but he had a mask on for the first time that I know of. So you guys got to wear masks. I've talked to a few people about it. Come on in, you guys. I see 20 people in. Go ahead and hit the like button if you will. I would appreciate it. Um, but anyway, I talked to a nurse who has a very different perspective about the mask than I do. Really sweet lady. So I'm gonna have her on. She feels like the masks are not helping, and a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm just like, I kind of get lockjaw when she tells me her perspective. But everybody has their own opinion about whatever. So I'm gonna have her on to see so that you guys can hear what she has to say about that. You guys, give me just 1 second here. Um, so I created the StreamYard live later, so I hope everybody gets that. Hey, Harlem, New York. Hey, everybody. If I haven't spoken to you, you here. Please forgive me, but hello to everyone that is here tonight. And I'm a nurse. That's different. Yes, Antoinette was so thank you for everything that you do, Antoinette. But yeah, I was talking to her and she's like, it doesn't help. She has her whole her logic and her reasoning for why. Hey T Rona, her logic and her reasoning why she doesn't think the mask work. So yeah, I'm gonna bring her in. Hello, Dom K. Thank you for being here. Hey, Ebony. Thank you for being here. I'm glad that you came. And I hope that when I open the phone lines that you will call. We could talk about it. I want to hear everybody's opinion about everything that we talk about tonight. So I'm excited. If you're here, you guys go ahead and hit the like button. I would appreciate that. I have 21 people in and I have 16 likes. I have 23 people in and 16 likes. So if you forgot to hit the like button, go ahead and do that. If you don't want to, that's fine. But if you're new here, like Antoinette, you guys welcome our new people. Antoinette Williams is here for the first time, and she is a nurse, so that makes her an essential worker. And so thank you for everything again that you do, and you are welcome. Good, Ebony. Good, good, good. We're gonna talk about it. We are going to talk about it. So anyway, um, as you guys know, I have been reporting on Will and Jada as soon as August was on Angela Yee, did the interview with Angela Yee. And shout out to Angela Yee because she did a terrific job. And it went viral. So kudos to Angela. And I just want to talk about it because yes, Dom. Yes, Will can get anybody he wants. But when you love somebody, let's talk about that, right? Good evening, Sunch. It's time. Hey, it's time. Hey, 3112. Hello, hello, hello. You guys hit that like button and thank you for being here. But anyway, so let's talk about it because I came out and I was like, in defense of August Alsina, I was just saying that it's his story to tell. I'm not sure what went on because we're not there, so we don't really get the full conversations. And he was just telling it like it was, and he was just pouring out. I think for me, August is a very genuine person. He's a deep thinker. He is, but I think he's genuine. And I don't think he means no harm. Even Jada said at the red table that he's not a home wrecker, and he wanted to make that clear too. He didn't want to feel like that. But anyway, so then I could not wait for Jada to come to the red table because I felt like it was her responsibility to her fans, because we're nosy, to come out and either confirm what he said was true or not. And she confirmed it, right? But I was like, the people are saying, well, why are you giving kudos to them and saying that they're a power couple and all this? Let me tell you why I say that. I say that because whenever you're in a marriage and even if you kind of separated, you're not divorced, you just separated and you're going through tough times, and then you are the person that went out and cheated. Now, I'm not saying that Will hasn't done this, right? I'm saying that it's very public about Jada right now. And so then you have to sit across from the table, or you have to go through the motions with your husband and kind of clean stuff up and beg for his forgiveness and all this stuff. And for me, it's hard to come out to the public, to the whole world. You're already a public figure, right? And you have to come out to the whole world and tell them, confirm that, yes, I was with this young guy. And, me and my husband went through it. But then the other reason I say they're a power couple, because really Will, because he came and he sat at that table, and a lot of people say he looked hurt. And of course, I'm sure he is, but he came with his wife and he supported her no matter what, right? No matter what. Yes, T-Rona, August was genuine and you could tell he was being truthful. Yes. So I believed him out the gate. So anyway, and that's why I'm saying they're a power couple, because in Hollywood, couples in Hollywood, is very rare that you see couples stay together for 25 years plus, right? Because it's very hard. You're in the public eye. So everything you do is open to the public, even your downfalls. And we're all human and we all do things. Everybody that's still walking this earth that has breath in their body has done something that they're not exactly happy about, or that they wish they could go back and change. And so that's why I was saying that. I wasn't comparing her situation to the R. Kelly situation at that point. I was just saying that that's why I thought that. Now, other people say that Jada, I mess with Jada. I like her. I really do. I'm just saying, that I was waiting for her to come and tell the truth. And so I wanted her to do that, right? But anyway, people were saying that Jada wasn't like this coming out and confirming was like all to protect their brand or whatever. And so she was trying to She was trying to come out and say it without saying it. But I tipped my hat to Will because he wasn't going to allow her to walk away from that red table and not tell us like point blank, I was in a relationship with August Alsina, right? So he was like, what really happened? What really happened? So she wanted to call it entanglement, but it was a relationship. You were in a relationship with this guy and you got him at a vulnerable age, first of all, because very young, but he's still grown, he's still legal. We're going to talk about that. And he was hurting. And you're saying, well, I was hurting, right? But you were supposed to be that mentor to him and that mother figure to him. But but because you and your husband was going through something, you guys took it to another level. Is that right or is that wrong? Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. I think things happen. It is what it is. It happened. It is what it is. So, but anyway, Will, I just feel like he was hurt, but he wanted her to come out and he wanted her to tell the truth. We're going to go to this red table, and I'm sure they had conversation before that. And you are going to tell the people the truth. Let's get the truth out. And they say that the red table is where you come and you let the issue. You can come and tell your truth. It's kind of like Phases Life Vibes, my other channel. Come tell your truth. And then once you tell the truth, you can move on and you can begin to heal. Ebony's saying it's wrong. So you're saying the whole part of her hooking up with Alcina was wrong. Well, she was married still, even though they were separated. But we all make mistakes, right? We all do stuff. And I really want people to call in a little bit and let's talk about it. Hey, girly girl. Hello, that was wrong in my opinion. She took advantage of his vulnerability. And so, yes, let's talk about that. I feel like, first of all, he, when he came to Angela Yee, he really was telling it. And if you saw my video, I said, go back to like 2015 and up to date. And he always talked about how he didn't really have his mother teaching him the way to be, right? And your mother can't teach you totally how to be a man, right? And then on top of not really having a relationship with his mother, he didn't have any relationship with his father. His father was on drugs. He had a stepdad that was on drugs. So nobody was really teaching this young man how to become a man. And so he put all of his trust in the Smith family. I'm going to say that because they admitted that they all just kind of gathered around him, accepting him, and became really, really close to him. You guys, I'm sorry about the comments if I'm not commenting or responding yet, but I will try to go back and look at those, okay? But anyway, I forgot to turn this on. Just a second, y'all. The whole dadgum conversation. That's okay. Because I'm doing this on my podcast too, which is Phases in Motion. You guys go check out my podcast as well. But anyway, let's keep moving. So back to August. He didn't have anybody leading him or guiding him the way. And he said he came from the streets, he came from the trenches. So it was the streets that taught him, right? So then when you get somebody at that age and that vulnerable and that he now is trusting, he trusts Will, he trusts Jada, but he and Jada had the relationship and the friendship. And she said a really good relationship, like really tight relationship. And so, yes, I can see where some of the fans, the viewers are saying that she took advantage of him in the midst of her hurt, right? And he already knew that he loved her just as friends in a friendship, right? But then they took it to the next level. Jada said that they hadn't talked for years. I would wish that August would confirm that, because when she said that, it just kind of looked like it wasn't really the truth, but there's no way she's going to tell Will that. I don't know. I'm just saying how I took it. And maybe they haven't, but he said he stopped all communication with her, period. because he gave his all and that hurt him. And what now we know is what hurt him is that they were separated. He says Will gave his blessing. Will said that ain't how it happened. Jada said I can only be the only one to do that. But what happened is that um he gave his whole self to Jada, and he did it thinking that they were done, because even Jada admitted, I am done. We thought we were never going to bounce back, like it was totally over. And so that's what she made August believe, right? And so that's where he was. He was like, this is my girl now. But what happens when you get caught up? Hey, sincerely me, Bree. Hey, girl. What happens when you get caught up? You're the other person, right? You get caught up in a marriage. This woman was married, and statistics say that 9 times out of 10, that person is not going to leave their wife or their husband for the other, for their sidekick. And it's true. And so I just feel like August Alsina got the bad end of the stick. He entrusted that family who still loves him and embraced him. They didn't have nothing bad to say about him. Jada did confirm what he was saying, but I feel like August, when he loves hard. I don't know him, right? But I just feel like Apps on the Tube. Hey, Apps on the Tube. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. I just feel like he loves hard, and he fell hard for Jada. And I think that might be a reason why. I think it also might be the reason why he is not really interested in any woman right now. He's like, if I have to, I can take care of myself and keep it pushing. I'm not really interested in that. And he has a lot on him. He lost his brother. He lost his sister, didn't have a real relationship with his mother, trying to build that now. Today, he's saying, things are really changing. It's getting better. Hey, Queen Lovely, thank you for being here. You guys, hit the like button if you will. I appreciate it. Share this video if you will. Welcome everybody. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And so he lost his brother, lost his sister, didn't have a relationship with his mother, didn't have a daddy in the world to teach him, and he got it bad. Now he's raising his sister's kids at 28 years old. I mean, he's had them for a while, but raising the kids. So that's a lot on somebody so young, and on top of that, sick, like gravely sick. And so, man, I just feel sorry for him. I really feel sorry for him. But I like Jada and I like Will. I do. I like them. But I feel like this. Now I'm going to get to the part where I'm side-eyeing Jada. Let's talk about that. But let me look at the comments if I can see what's going on. Faces. Why nobody say anything when a woman dates a younger man? That's where we're going, Shanika. Right now, we're going to go there. Let's talk about that. She said dates a younger man, but a man, I like that. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about that. I wonder why Will says done with Jada initially. Right. He said, I was done with you. Right. He's and basically like, you better be glad I'm talking to you now, because I really wasn't going to talk to you no more. But you guys, now we see in the media, we see in the press, we see, that Will has been in the company of women when Jada wasn't around. And like one particular woman, when he traveled, like that person would show up, even if they weren't in pictures together. She was there where he was. And, it's been talk about him messing around on Jada. What do y'all think? Was he messing around on Jada? And then he's like, I got to get you back. And Jada says, I think you've already done that, right? Did that mean that he cheated too? So gosh, he was definitely hurt, but Will seemed, let me see. Sincerely Bree says he was definitely hurt, but Will seemed to have forced the answers out of Jada. Yes. It was almost like he was setting her up to protect himself going out. I want to talk about that, Sincerely Bree. And now when I open up, I want you to call me, because here's the thing about this. He was definitely hurt, but I feel like in order for them to heal, in order for there to be trust in that relationship again, you're going to go to this red table, and I'm not going to allow you to beat around the bush. I'm not going to allow you to tell half the story. If you're going to go out here and say it, you're going to say it. And she still came out there and said, got into an entanglement. Now, if you're going to come out and you're going to be truthful and honest, you're going to say, me and August was in a relationship Me and my husband were separated, didn't think we would ever get back together. I was with August in a relationship. And Will made her say that. But when you say it was almost like he was setting her up to protect himself going out, what do you mean by that? I want to Bree, what help me understand that part of it, okay? But I'm with you on the other part. So Dom K said, girly girl, it could be that he already cheated or he probably cursed her out once she was exposed. Right. That's where I was, girly girl. I was like, either he's cheated on her and because they've always talked about an open relationship, or when August came out, because he was like, because Will was like, why now? Why are you just now coming out? But you guys are saying 4 years ago. That's not really a long time ago, right? And August was in love with Jada. So he was protecting, because they're both public people. They're all public people. They're public figures, and was kind of protecting her, right? And so when he had gotten enough, and Will and Jada started expressing to him how she wants to work it out with her husband, right? Then August was like, oh, okay, if you gonna do that, and you feel like all this time that I've invested in you, and I fell in love with you. We've spent time together. We've been on red carpets together. We taking selfies together. We doing all this stuff. You leading me on, but you telling me you're gonna try to make it work with your husband. Okay, it's time for me to move on and me heal. So I'm gonna go to Angela Yee, and it's time for some healing from me, so that once I tell my story, I can move on. What do you guys think about that? Let's see. Is it Jolie? Billy? Jolie? I hope I'm saying that right. They had an open relationship. Dang, I missed it. It went away. I missed that one. Will's other baby mother lived in the house with them on Will's account. Well, yeah. So see, here's the thing. I am very selfish. I am very crazy and ignorant when it comes to my husband. And I've done some things in my life, but and it's just the truth, we all have done some things in our life, but I'm not willing to have an open relationship with my husband. I'm not willing to do that. And I'm gonna have a problem with it, and I'm going to leave, so yeah, that's that. I'm not with the open relationship. Dom K said open relationship mean I want to have other sexual partners. That's what an open relationship means, is that you want to have it's okay that you go mess around, or I go mess around, or how we do it, no matter what, at the end of the day, to keep our family together, we're gonna sweep it under the rug and move on. We can co-parent. We'll co-parent if that's the case. You take yourself over there with whoever you was with, and I'm gonna stay over here with these babies, and we'll co-parent, because I'm not having it. And most women, like people are okay with it, with open relationships, but most women feel that way. Let's see. Yes, he will get her back, and when he dropped the mic, at that point, they will divorce. Watch. So I'm glad you said that, common sense, because they're talking about that, like in the press, they're saying, you guys just hold on, because now divorce papers are coming. I don't know if it's going to be Will that's going to that's going to file for divorce, or if it's going to be Jada that files for divorce. But you guys keep your eyes open for this divorce thing. But here's the thing. They have always said, Will said, and you can go to one of his interviews. I watched that. There's nothing on this earth that Jada can do to cause me to walk away. Right? I'm going to ride with her. Like they said, ride together, die together in this bad marriage, for life. And that's what they've been living by. That's just what they've been living by. I don't knock that. That's their choice. That's their choice. Jada has admitted her sex drive is super high. Right. She had, like, one of the conversations, critical thinker 8, is that she said when she came to the red table, and one of the conversations was about her having a problem with having sex, wanting to have sex, like very promiscuous growing up. And so maybe, and she also said at the red table this time Friday that, Jada, that Will has put up with a lot with her, right? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Will is fouling. Will is fouling. The body language was epic on Will's part. He's up to something. You know what, Sunny B. Lovely Brown. I what I saw from Will is that Will was very hurt. He's fed up. You better be glad I'm talking to you. And he said, I ain't going through this again. I don't want to go, I don't want this to happen again. So he's letting it know. But is he up to something? Is he going to file for a divorce? Their kids are grown. And it was always because they wanted to keep their family together. All the kids are grown with their careers and everything, or is Jada sticking around for the money grab? Because in my research, as of 2020, Jada's worth about 50 million, where Will is about between 300 and 500 million. So is it the money thing? And I have to, August, I love you. It was cool. You helped me get through some rough times, but I got to get back to the bag. And that's my husband and I don't know. Will told his ex-wife Cherie the same thing about not ever divorcing her. But listen, what he said about that girly girl, he said they were so young. Of course, he said that about at the red table about him and Jada too. But that he was so young, and he was like, I got this baby, and now his career is popping. So now I don't know how to act, what to think, what to do. And so he merely walked out on that relationship and divorced. Instead of hanging in there. He only gave her 2 years. What was the baby even 2? He's given Jada and stuck in there for 25 years. And do you think that's because he said, I'm not going to get a divorce ever again, whatever it looks like, I'm not getting a divorce. You go do your thing to make you happy. I'm going to do my thing to make me happy. But at the end of the day, y'all, even if you say that and you have a marriage and y'all really do love each other, obviously, isn't somebody going to get jealous? You think somebody's not going to get jealous and it's going to be big problems? The Smiths are a brand. Let me see. I like this. Phoenix Rising. Hi, Phoenix Rising. It says the Smiths are a brand they have to protect. August was on in July 2018. I am sure they were involved then. I think so. That was about a year and a half ago. I think so. In the scheme of things, that's not that long ago at all. It wasn't that long ago. And she's like, we haven't talked in years. And I'm like, well, you're saying only go back 4 years, 2019, 18, 17, 16. So 2016. And y'all were in the relationship. I want to know, if you started that relationship about 4.5 years ago, at what point did it end? It had to be recent. It had to be recent. You saw them out together. You saw them on selfie pictures together. Will was nowhere around, right? So that they met in 2015. They hooked up in 2016. When did it end? Would be my question. So, okay, now let's change for a minute, because I do want to open the phone lines. I do really want you guys to call. I hope you guys call in and talk with me. But anyway, here's the deal. Jada came out when Surviving R. Kelly came out, and she talked super bad about R. Kelly. She, being with younger girls, younger women, whatever they were saying on that R. Kelly. So she jumped on the bandwagon as well. What this has confirmed is that it's going on in Hollywood, which we know that it's going on in Hollywood, and Jada is a part of that. Like, yes, and people are saying Jada should go to jail for this, but no, she can't, because he was grown. Like, he was over 21. But how can you knock someone for, and I really want y'all's honest opinion, whichever side of the fence you're on, it doesn't matter. How can you come out and really torture and talk about a man and say, why is his music spiking after surviving R. Kelly? Please help me with that. Like it shouldn't. And she cried at the red table with Lisa Van Allen. And but yet it's okay for her to get entangled with a young man that she's way older than. He was just like the rest. They were young, right? Maybe adults, but 21 is still very young. So if what makes it okay for you to do it because you're a woman and nobody should come out and say anything about you, like it's okay, it's over, we did it, it's over, nothing should be said. But R. Kelly, you wrong. You know you wrong for messing with little girls is what they're calling it. But they were 18, 19, 20. He liked young women and he liked more than one woman. What makes liking more than one woman any better than a married woman stepping out in her marriage? So I want to talk about that. I want to know what y'all think about that. Orissa, right. Hi, Orissa. I didn't know you were here. Exactly. It's karma. You go out and you talking really bad about somebody doing something that you're doing yourself, but only, like you said, this was supposed to be private and no one was supposed to know. But since he came out, let's talk about it. Right? So August was not that old. She said, right, Latrice, Jada said she wanted to heal him because of what he went through. Well, what about what R. Kelly went through? Like, here's what I'm saying. I was looking at another blogger earlier and he was like, why is it? And I think somebody said that today. Why is it that men are when they do something like this, it's a whole big deal. But when a woman does it, then we better hush because she's a Black woman and we, you know, women don't lie. Women, it's okay for her to do that, even though you were being a mother figure to him, even though you were supposed to be healing him, even though you were supposed to be there as support for him. But because you were hurting, then you went ahead and got in the relationship and he fell in love with you and did it for years. Is it because you only did it with, you only had one younger man at a time and not several boyfriends at a time? I don't know, you guys. Let's open up the phone lines here in just a second and talk about that. Let's talk about that. Miss Vern 414, because she wasn't caught up at the time. That's why she was talking. But exactly, I think that, but have the nerve to speak on R. Kelly. Because listen, when R. Kelly got locked up, when they arrested him, she was in a relationship with August, right? But thought nobody would ever know about it. What's that saying? Everything in the dark comes to the light. Karma. For me, the fact that she took advantage of his vulnerability is worse. You're right, critical thinker. I think that because he trusted her. He trusted her. But people are also saying this. What do you think about this? That August knew that she was a married woman and he shouldn't have allowed his feelings. He shouldn't have allowed himself to get in so deep because she was married. What's your thoughts? You will never see a woman come out of the woodwork saying they had a relationship. Even if it's true, it's not going to happen. Facts. Like she said, yes, ma'am. Are you dropping? Yes, I'm going to drop the link to come in so you guys can come on with me because I want to talk about it. So I'm going to let me do that now. All right, y'all. So I have the link in the chat and I wanted just a couple of people at a time or one person at a time, however you want to do it. But I'm ready to talk about that. And then after we talk about it, I got other stuff to talk about. I don't know if we'll get to the other stuff, but There's the link. If anybody want to join in with me, I'll allow you guys in, so we can talk about it. Yes, critical thinker, August was broken. So, but are you saying because he was broken that he was wide open for anything? Like he was falling for anything? Because Jada saying she was broken. August said Will gave his blessings. Yes, T. Rona, that's what he said. And they're denying that. High stand up, be counted, to be counted. Hello, thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, sincerely, get your laptop, call in. But you guys, the phone lines are actually open. And the number is 346-213-8176. 346-213-8176. And I just also put that number in the chat, and it's going on the banner across the bottom of the page as well. So you guys can call in and let's talk about it. If you have your laptops or have a way to get in StreamYard and want to come on this live with us and talk live, let's do it. Latrice Robinson. Hey, Ebony, I'm so glad, so glad, so glad. Ebony, you there?
Hey, Phases, how are you?
Hear you.
You can't hear me? Okay, hold on.
Wait just a second. For some reason, I can't hear.
Okay. I see your earphones, please, on the table. My mic is. Do you have your earphones? Oh gosh. Why would I? Anything. It's not bad.
Okay, Ebony, can you talk now? See if I can hear you.
Hey, can you hear me, Phases?
Why can't I hear her?
Maybe I can do this.
Yep, no sound. Can y'all hear me?
Phases, can you hear me?
Can you guys hear me, Critical Thinker, on there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I wonder why I can't get. You can hear Ebony?
Hear me?
Hold on, let me try something else, y'all.
I don't know why she can't hear me though.
No audio.
Hold
on, y'all. We're gonna make it work.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Okay, try it now. Can you hear me still?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, Ebony. Can you hear me, Ebony?
Yes, I can hear you, Phases. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Sincerely, me, Bree is coming in. So, Critical Thinker, while we're trying to get her in, I want to know if everybody in the chat can hear me. We can hear both of y'all. Maybe not. I can't hear her. I wonder why I can't hear her. Yeah, it's got to be on my end. If y'all can hear her. Just a minute. Hello. Who is this, Bree?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I wonder why I couldn't hear Ebony. Hello. Who is this, Bree?
I heard her. Can you hear me? You guys, actually.
Yes, I can. I wonder why I couldn't hear Ebony.
I just hear feedback.
Is this Bree?
I heard her. Can you hear me? You guys, actually.
Yes. I wonder why I couldn't hear Ebony. I'm getting an echo really, really bad, y'all. Bree.
Yes, I muted because I
I'm
didn't know
getting
if
an
it
echo
was me
really,
or not.
really bad, y'all.
Yeah, I heard it too.
See, I'm hearing it again.
Bree.
Can
Yeah,
anybody hear me?
I
I'm
don't
getting
know
an
if it
echo
was me or
really,
not.
really bad.
Hello?
Bree, what should I do? Hello, Ebony.
Hey, Phases, can you hear me?
I am. I can, but we're getting an echo, so I'm trying to see if it's working now. You guys,
Okay.
is it still an echo? I think we're good. Bree, you there? Critical thinker, you there?
Wait, is it working now?
I can hear you, Bree.
I think that was actually my laptop. It was still playing.
Oh, okay. And
It
critical
was
thinker,
still
are you here?
playing the tab.
Okay. So
I'm here.
okay, you guys. So I have critical thinker on the phone. I have sincerely me Bree, and I have Ebony. You guys, let's talk about it. Ebony, I want to talk to you first. Let's you go ahead and we'll respond to what you have to say, and then we'll go and let everybody else talk.
Okay. Hello, everyone. How are you guys in the chat? Hey, Phases.
Girl.
Okay. First and foremost, Phases, I will like to say that I thought the interview was awesome. I
Mhm.
thought Jada and Will did a great job with handling the situation very mature. However, I felt like Jada did not want to own up to it like she was supposed to, as far as the healing process of it, as Will kind of encouraged her to do so. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's the first thing I want to say. She was kind of like, as you said, peeping around the bush. She used the word entanglement instead of owning up to it and saying, I was in a relationship.
Right.
So for me overall, I feel like one, by Jada and Will both being a public figure, I would think Jada would know better,
Mhm.
regardless of what and how and when all of this came about. She's old enough to know, and she has been probably she probably came in contact with a whole lot of other guys that kind of threw their shot at them, right, for over 25 years, and it didn't go this far. So I just want to know what made her really fall or try, or she did, have a relationship with August. Um, Also, gosh, I have so much to say, Phases. I have so much to say.
Okay.
Um, like I said, I just think that she was kind of not trying to own up to it like she was supposed to. Will had to kind of pull her out of it. And
Mhm.
again, I think that they had been having an open relationship for a long time. So I don't think that this was anything. It wasn't a secret between him and Jada. I really didn't. The whole family knew that this was going on. They
Mm.
just didn't expect for it to come out. You know
Yep.
what I mean? So it kind of embarrassed Will, like, oh gosh, we had this agreement, but you see where yours went to. And
Right.
then also, I'm going to just cut it short and sweet because I know everyone else wants to say their piece. I just think that by them being a public figure, and a lot of young people and older people look up to them, right? They supposed to be this power
Yes.
couple, right? So
Yes.
how do you promote a bad marriage? You know, how
Right.
do you promote that? How do you promote and kind of justify the wrong that you did? Because she never said I was wrong. She never said, please forgive me. I can understand the hurt that I put my family through. Like, she never apologized for the wrong that she done. So moving forward, do us younger couples that's wanting to get married or are married, do we still stay in a marriage even though we may know it's toxic, or we're not living by the Bible, by your vows? So where do we go from here? What do this look like for the younger generation that's looking up to them?
You are so correct. First of all, I want to go back and say that back to the point where you said you think that the whole family knew. I'm gonna have to almost agree with you on that. And because they said this was supposed to be personal, this was not supposed to get out, and why is he coming out now? And I feel like that's why Will was at that table livid. Like he was hurt, but he was mad. Maybe
Hmm.
not so much at August, but mad at Jada that she didn't handle it a different way. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to agree with you. Maybe they all did know, and didn't expect
Right.
for it to come out. And then
Right.
the marriage thing, I'm glad that you brought that up because you're right. Um, you look at, like I said earlier, in Hollywood, marriages don't last that long. For
Right.
whatever reason, for if it's what do they call it? differences, irreconcilable differences.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
normally what they do, but it's for cheating and all that other stuff, and they don't last. Well,
Right.
they've managed to last for 25 years, and we're all thinking, yeah, people are going to say stuff in the media, people are going to lie on them. Some of it's true, some of it's not, but they're saying bad marriage for life. We just going to do
Right.
this, it's good or not. So I understand that. What are you supposed to do now? And that's a good question for Jada and Will. I wish they could answer that question.
Right, right. So, and again, phases, that's kind of like just what my view of it is. Like, you have your kids, you have your son, they have their daughter growing up, and I know that they believe in this, they kind of believe in this so not traditional lifestyle.
Right.
But for us out here that's looking at them like, wow, is that are we supposed to do that and just stay there? And then also, I just think Will and Jada, I don't think that they're together at all. The only reason why they're staying married is for business purposes, because they do make money together and they probably are contracted together. So, I think they just want to kind of like keep their brand together.
Very possible, yes. Well, thank you, Ebony, so much. I wish we had so much more
Absolutely.
time. It's a really good conversation, but I'm gonna let Critical Thinker say her piece and then let Sincerely come on. Thank you so much, Ebony.
Thank you, Phases. Have a good one.
You too. Okay, Critical Thinker.
Phases, I don't know. Like, I'm not buying Will and I'm not buying Jada.
Oh,
And to piggyback off of Ebony, the reason being is because, I don't know whether it's true or not, but, they were really big in Hollywood at one time, and they have this reputation of rubbing everybody the wrong way, especially Jada in Hollywood, right?
uh-huh.
Remember, Will kind of fell off a little bit. He was doing everything. And keep in mind, like, I feel like Will is an actor, and he is a top-notch actor.
Yes.
How do we know that he's not even acting?
Oh,
He got
Lord.
into that Muhammad Ali role pretty well.
He did.
Even mentioned, he did.
He
got
did.
into character. These are people who can get into character. So I feel like you cannot tell me that that he wasn't aware about August Alsina, because obviously August Alsina, when he spoke from his heart, and you knew he was telling the truth, right? You could just tell.
Right.
He said that Will gave his blessing.
Right.
Will, I believe that Will did give his blessings. I believe that he knew about Jada and how she gets down. Jada just got on the show not too long ago and talked about how she got her yoni fix or her prophecy fix.
Yeah.
Have we forgot about that?
Yeah.
She has a seductive way about her.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't feel so sorry for her.
Oh yeah. See, and you're right. Like that's the thing about acting, and when you're super good at, like, I don't know. Now, dang, now you got me thinking.
It's something to think about.
But really, it's something to think about. But I really felt I felt like he was mad and hurt.
He's an actor.
But you're right.
Look at it. Like he could get into character. He was one of the top actors in Hollywood.
You're
right. And I just don't believe that he didn't know. I don't believe that he's surprised. I mean, that's his wife. That's how they get down. I think they decided that we can both agree that they had an open marriage. And so with that being said, what does open marriage mean?
That's right. That's right.
Right?
Basically,
and so with August
go ahead.
Came out and said he gave the blessings. I don't believe that guy is lying.
No, I didn't believe he was lying about anything. I really didn't.
Right.
Like
so why would Will? I asked myself the question: why would he get on there and act like he don't know?
Right. I think August.
Somebody's lying. Either August is lying or Will is lying.
I think August
Will is a good actor.
Yeah, I think August told the whole truth. He's like surviving Jada. He's like that surviving Jada, one of her victims.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Jada is strong and manipulative. I'm not buying her, and I feel like that young man was at a point in his life where he needed direction, and she didn't give him the direction that he was looking for. Yeah. She gave it to him all right, but
oh yeah, she put it on him. And my video, it said that. Yeah, when
so much so that he's telling it now. He's telling from his heart. Mm-hmm. So I don't believe Will.
Right. Thank you so much, Critical Thinker. I really appreciate it. I hope you get back in the chat and continue to follow us.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, Sincerely Me, Bree, what you got, girl?
Hi, phases.
Hi.
Okay. So my thing is, I agree with both of the last two people. First off, I just wanted to highlight the fact. Okay, first off, that role on the girls' trip, she meant that role. She was actually going through that at that moment, and I feel like that's why she was probably picked for that role.
Uh-huh.
Also, who rehearses? Because I was rehearsed. The whole bad marriage for life thing. They had the most uncomfortable laughs I've ever seen. That's where that bad acting came in.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to understand. This was another thing. You have to go back because once you put something out there, you can't take it back.
Right.
You said yourself. This is my problem. You want to talk about everybody else's problems and that you're trying to fix this, that, and third. You need to fix why is it that your grandmother is the one that taught you how to masturbate? Because that's what she said on her Red Table Talk. I have an issue with that because I feel like you're probably broken in more ways than one.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I just had to point out the fact because that's what I was saying in the chat. Liza Koshy, she's a big YouTuber, right?
Right.
That Will is, I want to say, entangled with now, as well as another woman, but I want to highlight her because she has the life in her that Jada takes away from Will. He wants to do certain things that are adventurous and stuff, and they've had that conversation on Red Table Talk as well. And now you go on his YouTube or you go on Liza Koshy's YouTube, they're doing those exciting things together while she's at home because she's a homebody, so called. And my thing is, she meant what she was. They're telling it all without saying it. She said, "You're gonna be on one end of that joker with somebody, and I might be on the other end of that joker with somebody else." The other joker, the person that she was talking about, probably at the time was August, and she still was messing with him up until recent. That's why he made the comment saying it was years ago. As far as I'm concerned, that's what he was. To his knowledge, it was years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he probably realized at that moment too why he's doing it, because it's why he kept on saying, since you're bringing yourself for healing and you're bringing yourself to the red table, I'm gonna be in the Jada seat. He kept pulling out stuff that he probably wasn't expecting to pull out himself, and you can tell the uncomfortableness in the conversation how it was shifting because he was realizing stuff as he was asking her questions at that table. That's why he sat there and said, "This get back." She said, "It's not about getting back," and this he said, "It is for me."
And she's like, "I'm gonna let you have that pettiness." You like, that was uncomfortable for her.
Yes, and he meant what he said. My thing is the get back is already going on.
Mm-hmm.
Doing it in the public, and the best person to do things like that is the person that's gonna do it out in public and plain sight. He's doing it right now. If you check the energy out, go on Liza Koshy's YouTube, right? Or go to Will Smith's YouTube. They're joking. She puts the life into him that he used to have back in his Fresh Prince days. And I can't help the life of me but see the fact that she went and found her a fresher Prince. That's it.
Wow. And Critical Thinker is saying, do you think this is the first time they discussed this? I don't.
Nope.
I don't.
Nope.
And they discussed it all the way up to Friday when they went to that red table.
And that's why this was rehearsed. Bad marriage for life. Really? Really? It was so rehearsed. But that's why I just had to put. But that grandmother thing, that's what we need to highlight, you guys. That's a problem for me. Your grandmother taught you how to masturbate. So you were tampered with in a way that you haven't even realized and you have not acknowledged fully yet. Why is your grandmother teaching you how to please yourself, as you say? And you always using these other words, infidelity on that first one when they talked about it, they dealt with infidelity. She never want to just say what it is. She wanted that people gonna have to maneuver around and try to figure out, okay, were you cheating sexually or just conversations and with other people? What was it? You always want to leave the conversation open so people don't know exactly what's going on, just like she did with this entanglement word.
Right. And just like she did with the minuscule word, that means extreme. Like this is just a minuscule situation. This was very tiny and very small. Yeah, like this wasn't a big deal.
Right. But it's a big deal in your household. You just didn't want it to get out to the world and make it a big deal, but the world blew it up for you. Because you're lying. Stop lying and stop trying to make it like everything is so small. We ain't got nothing but time. Everybody on quarantine. This is a big deal.
Yeah. Hey, Kay Nicole.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for calling. I'm sorry for interrupting you. I'm so into it, like you guys, and so
be fine.
For that. But yeah, I just feel like I feel like Jada wanted to come to that table and she wanted to kind of tell you but not tell you, right? She wanted to kind of throw some things out there, but she didn't want to just get to the point. And that's what Will made her do. He made her just get to the point. So you guys, the line is open. 346 213-8176. Will was big mad because he looks less of a man telling another man he can sleep with his wife. Right. And he put it in August put it out there. August put it out there. So August did some things that they were not expecting to happen is what happened. Caught him by surprise. And so they took all a week, when he came out, from the time he came out till Friday, to talk about how we're going to go out here and do it. You got to come. You got to come with it. So, let's figure this thing out before you even go out there, how we going to take care of it. So, Latrice says, however, I do believe that August brought this out to the public for his record sales. Cause Latrice, everybody knows his record had just released the day before. Well, right now they are the topic of discussion, and I got to give it to him. The man can sing. He does really well. I like his music, and I think that was part of it. But I do believe that he was hurt, Latrice. I do believe that he was hurt, and that he just put it all in there together. I have to say everything I need to say now because this is how I feel. I don't know. So we got a phone call coming in. Thank you for calling Phases the Next Level. Who am I speaking with?
This is Sandra. I just have a couple of things about that. I have a YouTube channel, as I told you, but I'm stand up. That's who I am.
Oh, okay.
So I have a channel, and I just do most of my stuff is about sermons. But I really wanted to say something about this because my heart is inflicted right now about all of these YouTubers, getting on platforms, or whether they have a platform outside of YouTube, and they're speaking negative about people. Even the R. Kelly thing, certain YouTubers, and Jada was one of them.
Right.
And, we have to understand that we have to be very careful about things that we say about other people and throw stones out there when we really don't have relevant information or have done our research. And so when I was looking at Jada and Will, Will looked very, very hurt. He looked very broken by what has transpired. But at the same time, he opened up his marriage to be that way.
Yeah.
And as far as Jada, she should have came clean with this entanglement. I'm sorry, I'm not buying that. Mm-mm. First of all, you actually had an affair, whether you were legally separation or not. You had an affair with another man.
Right, Carla.
That's one thing. Then you are an older woman with this younger man, which to me, you violated his trust. Although he did go ahead and you all got into this relationship, this adulterous affair, but you violated this young man. You violated his trust. And he walked away broken from this. And so as an older woman, you can be with who you want to be with, but when you get on a platform and you call yourself setting an example for the younger women,
come on, caller.
That's not a positive example. I mean, for me as a woman, and I'm older than her, but I cannot trust you that you're going to use your platform to uplift, to encourage, and inspire. And you have younger women looking at you, and then younger women, we as older women are supposed to teach the younger women. So therefore, you're on your platform, you had an affair with this man, you're trying to hide it with all of these words that you think people cannot look up if they need to by Googling it. But however, we know your entanglement was an adulterous affair, and then you want to throw out these other words that it was minuscule. First of all, no, it was not. That's a big thing. And then you get people on your platform where you want to interview people for a one-sided narrative or a one-sided perspective. It's like you're not even being a good teacher, but you have this platform.
Exactly.
So, you can't set examples like that and expect people to follow you.
Exactly. I mean, in a platform that has millions of followers, and people look up, like they said before, people look up to Jada and Will, right? And if you tell me the Red Table is there to help people, to help them where they're broken, and I want to be the one that brings you here, and I want to be the one that helps you, and I want to be the one that can, give you guidance, whatever, right? But then you're doing the same exact thing you're talking about another man doing, right? So it's not right. It's not right.
Right.
And you're right. Now,
go
ahead.
I mean, if it was something where she just was with an older man. She wasn't married, and I mean, excuse me, a younger man. She wasn't married, but you're married, and you're with this younger man, which you really did violate his trust. You took advantage of this man, and you were hurting because she made it a point that I was broken at that time.
Right.
Brokenness does not mean that you do what you did. Brokenness means that you go get help, you go get therapy, you go do things, pray, do whatever you need to do to get yourself better to a healthy state.
Right.
And so if you are going to use your platform to be an example for other women, then guess what? You're saying to them, this is how you do it. Go cheat, go have an affair, don't clean up your mess, don't have a closure with your first situation or relationship or marriage. This is how you do it. And those are the things that she's saying. And I have to so disagree with how she has done this. I have to disagree with it. She is not, to me, she's definitely not a leader. She's not a leader, and she needs to really, hey, repent. And let your audience know, your viewers know. You know what? Apologize for you trying to cover up
where was that at?
Inappropriate action.
Yes. Where was the apology? You know what? And whenever you are a broken person yourself, you can't help anybody. You can't be broken and hurting and saying, I'm trying to help him not be broken and hurting. You got to go get some help and be fixed, because if you're no good, you can't be any good for anybody else. So now we're both here in this mess and we're both making bad decisions. So we might as well just make this happen. And then at the end of the day, when it comes out, I'm going to beat around the bush and I'm not going to tell people the truth. So you're right. That's absolutely right. A broken person can't help a broken person. They've got to get fixed. And she wants to say at the red table that I was just broken. Like it's okay because I was broken, but it ain't okay for nobody else to do it. But because I'm broken, then I'm going to have to cross lines with this young man.
And there's one last thing I'd like to say. Is that, and I see a lot of some of these women getting on these platforms that, the Andrea Kelly and the, and her and just some other people. I don't want to, get into all the names, but what gives them the actual secondary education requirements, credentials to really help other women? See, that's another thing, because if you're broken and you really don't have the actual credentials or secondary education to really help other women, how do they know that you're not giving them incorrect information and leading them? And this is a prime example of why you have to guard yourself accordingly and be a leader and use your platform respectfully, because this right here is a prime example that you're not doing that. And I'm not saying that people don't make mistakes. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that you're out here in social media, in the public, and you're doing this, and then you're hiding behind these words that you think that people do not know what these words mean, and that we do not see that you're being deceptive. And that's another thing. You are being deceptive, and you have tried to deceive the public in coming forward. And why did you come forward? What reason did you come forward? What was your purpose? Because again, this should have been a private matter that was handled in private between a husband and wife. And because he came out, you felt compelled, but this was all rehearsed as well.
It was rehearsed.
So again, we as responsible leaders on our platform, because if we have a platform, then we should be responsible and we should be considered leaders to encourage and to uplift, and inspire people to be better and lead them more successfully. And as Black people, such as her and Will Smith, I just feel like she again has failed the Black community when it comes down to what we really should be doing, and especially in this time like this.
And especially whenever, and I'll let you go. I know other people want to call in, but especially in a time where, she support him too. She support like our Black women and our Black girls. She came out and strongly and cried at that red table with one of R. Kelly's alleged victims and was so gung ho about protecting, but yet you're not practicing really what you're preaching.
Right. I just kind of wish that, that people like that should use their platform as well to get the other side of the story, to get another perspective, because that's being non-biased, which you should be non-biased, biased. You should be non-biased, and you should get a different perspective, another side of it, instead of someone that actually was found to be uncredible. And so you're on here crying and you're making these statements, but you were not there. And that's the other thing about that. You weren't there.
That's
And
right.
Paul talks about that. He says that unless you are an eyewitness or an ear witness, we shouldn't really be trying to gather evidence from a public opinion to assassinate anybody's character. And R. Kelly is not the scum of the earth. He doesn't create men and women like that. He values people in general, and he loves R. Kelly just like he loves
That's
us.
right.
God is an awesome God and merciful God.
Come on.
And so he is still a human being. And so lifting him up in prayer today, and whoever hears this, that, standing in the gap for R. Kelly, that God is going to bring him out of this. And the story that he has, God is going to provide that story for him to tell it, because no one else can tell his story but him. And when people get the message to stop trying to tell this man's story, then they will get it. Until then, we just lift him up in prayer, and everybody that stands that stands against injustice, to lift R. Kelly up in prayer, to lift up the July 18th through the 20th, to lift that up in prayer.
Yes.
That God will provide that they'll be a beacon for what is right, that they will be protected, and the angels will be surrounding them as they travel back and forth and do the things that God has given them and place it in their heart to do what is right. And because of this the corrupt officials that are in government, because God established the government, but he didn't establish corrupt officials. They have turned away from the covenant and the Father and the teaching. And so therefore we have got to pray. That's the thing. Prayer does change things. And if we can come together, 2 or 3 gathered in his name, that would he be in the midst of that.
In the name of Jesus. And we stand and agree with you on that. Because you're
right.
Thank
you very much. David.
Thank you for calling.
I like you. I admire you, and God bless you. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you so much. Anytime. You're welcome anytime. Bye-bye. Y'all, listen. That caller spoke nothing but truth, and I agree with everything you said. Nobody can tell any of our stories better than we can tell them. Guess why? Because we were there. So everybody can have an opinion. That's fine. You can have your opinion. But I feel like this, what you got going on in your home and what you got going on. So it's it's better to not even speak on somebody that you don't really know the story about. If you know wholeheartedly that you're doing the same thing, you're just so good at keeping it under wraps. But somebody came out from under that and said, I'm telling my story and it involves you. Right. And now I would be interested in knowing, let's get something straight. And everybody knows this about phases. Nobody is saying that we agree to any woman messing with underage boys, any man messing with underage girls. We're not saying that. We're saying that whatever people choose to do in their lives, their business, give them their voice to tell their side of the story. It's been this whole ride, one side of the story for R. Kelly. He's not been able to tell his story. He's being muted. He can't talk. He can't say nothing. His music is being muted. All these things, but he has a right to a fair trial. He has a right to say to speak. When are they going to say, okay, R. Kelly, we've heard everything they've had to say. Now, what's your story? Now, Gayle King came, and there was supposed to be a time for him to be able to tell his story. But everything he said, she shut him down. That's all I'm saying. And so that's what I'm saying for Jada. She was the same way. She automatically shut R. Kelly down, but yet you're sitting here doing the same thing he's doing. Maybe not multiple, but you had this young boy, and we don't know how many others that you've been with since you're in an open marriage. So we got to be careful, like the caller said, about talking about people, about speaking on people that we don't really know. I mean, it's okay to have your opinion, but kind of stay in the middle because you don't know, and just let things play out, because it will come out. It will play out just like August came out and told his truth. Jada and Will were not prepared for August to come out and say and give his truth and say, I gave my all to this relationship. I was in a relationship and Will blessed it. Phone lines are open, 346-213-8176. Give us a call, or you can come in. The link is in the chat. If you want to come in on this live with me, you are more than welcome to do that. Let's talk about it. Whose idea was it for them to have an open marriage in the first place? See, Latrice, how do you determine that? Like, did you say, okay, how about this? How about we have an open marriage? And then you just say, okay, yeah, let's do it. I'm telling you, anytime that occurs, there's going to be issues. There are going to be issues because somebody's going to get jealous. Somebody's going to do something that really wasn't part of the open relationship plan, and it's going to be problems. So, like people are saying, do you really think that it's going to be a divorce? Are divorce papers coming? Or is he really going to stand by Jada through this and really make it happen? Because August has snapped back on Twitter. He's responded on Twitter. I was trying to pull it up and read it for y'all that didn't see it. After the red table talk, he came out and he responded. So let me see if I can find it. I'm not sure if I can. I meant um I meant to have it, but it's not pulling up. Tori Love says, and she took advantage of him at his in a very vulnerable time in his life, and he was her son friend. She was wrong. Right. She said, I just wanted to help. I was there to help him. He was addicted to drugs. He was broken. Right. He also responded to Kiki Palmer. Yes, I saw that, Ebony. I saw that he responded to Kiki, and I saw where he responded to Jada, like the tweets. And I'm trying to pull them up. For some reason, it's not pulling up for me. Just so I could read them for those that didn't. But you guys, let me see. No. I can't find it, but if anybody find it, you guys send it to me and I'll read it or whatever. But anyway, let's move on. Hey, Deboski. Thank you. Hi, Deboski. How are you doing? Thank you for being here. We are deep in the conversation about Jada and Will. You guys, on your way in, for those that are just coming in, hit the like button, share this video. If you're new here, you are so welcome. Welcome. I have put the link in the chat for you guys to join in, as well as the phone lines are now open. So go ahead and call in and let's talk about it. 346-213-8176. And the link is in. I'm wondering, can I put that link on the banner? You guys can just click on that link and come in with me. Let's talk about it some more. She wasn't broken. Stephanie Sanders says she wasn't broken. She said that she said that never wanted to get married. That she never wanted to get married. If that's the case, what did she do it? Why? Exactly. I remember that conversation. She said she really didn't want to be married. Hi, hey Tammy Wilson, how are you? I done had a couple of Jada's take advantage. Have you, Deboski? Talk about it. Tell me about it. Was it an older woman? What happened? Come on with it, Deboski. We'll listen. What else we got? I'm sorry that I missed any comments. If anything that you want to talk about, put it in the comments. Let's talk about it. I had some things. The thing about Bree, sincerely Bree said about the grandma, that's really interesting. And in the comments, they said that the grandma was probably touching on Jada at that time too, but we don't have proof of that, but that's just an opinion. Angela Jackson says the Smiths children are going through it too. August was best friends with their kids. Wow. Yeah, they said the whole entire family, accepted him and loved on him like he was part of the family. What do you guys think about them? Remember the interview where it was August, Jada's mother, and Jada's sister at the table? Do you guys think, people were saying you can look and tell that they were in a relationship at that time? Do you guys think that? Have you seen that interview? Nothing but the truth, caller. Exactly. First baby mama, I was 19, she was 27. I swear I feel she took advantage of me. What happened? Call me, Deboski, 346-213-8176. 346-213-8176. You guys call in, and then if you guys are done talking about the Jada thing, we can move on to the next subject. I'm trying to see the comments. I'm sorry, y'all. They keep going so fast. Nothing but the truth. I think that it's a maturity thing. I'm gonna say this. I don't knock people if they want to date a younger man or a younger woman. I don't knock that, long as they are of age. But it's a maturity thing. I don't know. Some people are saying that August and Jada, and I'm thinking now the family, had a pact where that we're not going to talk about it. If this is what you and Jada want to have going on, go for it. On the other side of the mansion, do your thing, whatever. But we will not discuss it in the public. We are all public figures and we don't want to tarnish our brands. That's how we're going to do it. And again, it took them by surprise. She wanted someone young and naive. Well, she got it. It seemed like she got it. It's not too late to press charges, Dubowski. 30 rounds. She also slept with someone I grew up with while filming Jason's. Who did? Are you Tori? Who did? Jada did? We have a phone call, you guys. Thank you for calling Phases to the Next Level. Who are we speaking with?
Hi, this is Texas Black Diamond. How you doing?
Hi, Texas Black Diamond. Thank you for calling in. What you got?
Thank you. I just wanted to look up, I was looking at the chat and I noticed a young lady said that they wasn't 17 or 18. So she was comparing the ages with Jada and Robert.
Okay.
And I wanted to say this here. When are we going to start holding our women accountable for what they do? As far as lying about their age, I am one of them. I was 16 and I lied about my age. My husband, he was a grown man, but I knew what I wanted. So I lied. I took accountability for what I. My husband was actually arrested. Jealousy from his ex-girlfriend. He found out I was underage.
You're kind of cutting out just a little bit. Okay.
So what I'm saying here, I lied about my age. I was young, and my husband was older. But I know what I wanted. I was more mature. I was very mature for my age, and I didn't want to date someone my age because they were childish, and I just wanted someone, mature. So I lied about my age. His ex-girlfriend found out about my age, and she called the police. They actually arrested him. And I took accountability for my lies and what I did.
Right.
So I arrested them, and I told them, I lied about my age. I lied. So, along with my mom, and she told me, she said, well, I gave her consent, and things like that. But we're not holding these women accountable for what they're doing.
Right.
Just like Jerronda Pace, fake ID.
Right.
She lied to everybody else. She lied to security. She lied to the guy that put the spectator badge on her.
Yeah.
She lied to the friend that she was standing next to. So why you think she didn't lie to Robert? She lied to everybody else, showed them fake ID, but she didn't show Robert her fake ID. I'm going to tell Robert my real age.
Yeah.
But I lied to everybody else to show everybody else my fake ID, but I told Robert my age.
That's right.
So when are we going to start holding these women accountable for their actions?
That's right. And that's what we're saying too. Jada has to be accountable for the relationship she was in with this young man. The women that don't overlook the fact that Jerronda came out and said, I lied. And she's not the only one that came out and said she lied about something when it came to that case. But why is it that why do we protect women that are not honest? Because
that's it too. And even with Jada, to each their own, but she was talking about Robert, but she was this perfect patty. Perfect patty. I don't do nothing wrong, and I'm not rocking the cradle. What people do in their bedroom, that's their business. They're a freak in the bedroom, they're a freak. But they're trying to make it like there's something wrong with being creative in your bedroom. They're trying to paint Robert as this nasty freak that's doing these women wrong, but everybody consent to this, right?
Exactly.
We had Lisa Van Allen, right? She admitted, she said he have a way of fishing to see what you allow him to do and not to do, and if you don't want to do it, he don't talk about it anymore.
Exactly.
So why are we painting this out to be a crime to do something creative in your bedroom? That's the question.
And that's just like Jada was saying. Why is it all of a sudden R. Kelly's music is spiking? The numbers are high. Why is that? Help me understand that after what he's done. But what has he really done? What has he really done if that you're saying he needs to be muted? When you clearly, but you don't want to listen to you don't want to do your investigation and listen to all the alleged victims and everything they said and all the discrepancies in it. Like, why is it that Robert's lying and everybody else is telling the truth? Why is, yeah.
I'm trying to figure that out too, because whatever you do in your bedroom, that's your business. If I want to swing on a ceiling fan with my man in my bedroom, that's what I'm going to do. But when they're talking about the age, if you just look at the history of it, it's called like a rumor, right? In a town where you can get this quick, easy money off Robert without him knowing it. So that's how it started, a rumor in Chicago. So, and getting into the camp through his, entourage.
Right.
But if you're going to lie about your age, you're going to show a fake ID. But it's okay to show it to the court to get in. But you're not going to show it to Robert.
Absolutely.
I'm going to give him my real age and my real ID.
Don't make sense.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
It's a lie. And
I'm going to get off. I'm going to let you let the next caller come in. But I'm just saying, they're trying to make it look like it's disgusting. Yeah. It's nasty. And the majority of these people are freaks.
Right.
They try to act all perfect outside of the the real world, but in behind closed doors, they are freaks.
Jada admitted it.
Freaky things.
Yeah.
Come on, that's life. That's people private business and whatever they want to do in their bedroom.
Right. And Jada admitted that's who she is. She has a problem with sex. So
she said she got a sex. She loves, she's addicted to sex, but she get on her red table talk about Robert like it's wrong for him to have sex.
Yeah.
What is wrong with sex? What people trying to paint sex now as something that is wrong. With something, God created, but each their own. However they want to have sex, as long as it's the legal way, the right way, and people consent to it.
Right. Yeah. So you're
right.
right. You're right.
Before I leave, I just want to say this mistake. I spoke to someone about Robert, and I always go and I do this survey, and I speak to different people here in Texas, and I wear my mask, and that's how the conversation comes up. And we talk about, different things, and I ask them, how do you feel about Robert? Well, I think he is some kind of sex freak, because they started talking about feeling on the booty and, just all these sexual songs. And I said, can I let you hear some music from Robert? I said, if you're going to judge Robert for his music, let's judge him for his music. So I played Peace, Gotham City, heal and make the world dance, different songs like that. I said he did that too. So if we're gonna judge him by feeling on the booty, let's judge him on that as well.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Everything is so one-sided, one way. But Robert didn't just make those kind of songs and that was your point. You proved a point. He made all kind of love songs, he made a gospel music. It wasn't just that, but because of the alleged allegations against him, that's what they're referring to as all those kind of songs, right? Feeling on your booty and all that stuff. They're going to refer to that. But he made all kind of music.
Albums, the older he gets, you see he's getting mature, and you don't hear all that type of music. It's more about joy and happiness and things like that. But to each their own. He's making music for everyone. He said he don't label himself as an R&B singer. He wants to do country music as well. He wants to please everybody. So it's just like a combination. That's why he named his tour the Buffet, his album the Buffet, because he wanted to please young and old.
Yes. And Tamika put up there, she said, and it's his job to make music. And what was selling for him is the love music. Right. And it's his job. That's what he was supposed to do. And then right after that, somebody else, I don't know, it went away, but said, there's music out there worse than what Rob was saying in his music.
Don't give me the name of these people,
right?
Because I would tell you, baby, they talking about some of everything. At least he did it in a nice way.
Right.
He talked about cornbread and kisses and all that kind of stuff. He didn't say all the stuff that they were saying.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right.
Him is creative. He named the vagina, biscuits and, things like that. Yeah. I'm just saying, if we're going to start judging people by what they say in their music, let's get the judges, let's get the naming, let's get the posting and pointing fingers at all these artists that's talking about how they making the PUSSY and things like that.
That's exactly, I'm with you. I am with you on that.
But let me get off of this.
Okay.
I will talk forever.
That's okay. Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate you. Have a good evening.
All right. Thanks for the live. Great live.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Thank you so much.
Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and hit them cash apps and everything like that, honey. People got to pay for these green screens and stuff, okay?
Okay. Thank you, TD. Have a good one. Bye-bye. I just love her. Shout out to Texas Black Diamond. You guys go to her page, subscribe, like, and share on her. She has great commentary, and she goes above and beyond. You guys, if you haven't already, you got to check out Texas Black Diamond. So thank you for calling in. Harlem, New York said exactly that's why he came out. You guys, I want to say happy birthday to Bill Cosby. It's Bill Cosby's birthday. He has been approved for an appeal. And there was a lot of things about that going on. So you guys, happy birthday to Bill Cosby. I have a lot more commentary, but this right here tonight has just seemed to linger on about Jada and Will, because that's, literally what is hot in the press right now. So anybody else want to call? The number is 346-213-8176. I won't keep you too much longer. If you want to come in on live with me in Yard Stream with me, I want you guys to in StreamYard. In StreamYard. I want you guys to I'll put the link in there again if I still got it. But I want you to go ahead and come on in with me. Get in here with me. And let's talk about it some more. Yeah, happy birthday, Bill Cosby. Whoop, whoop. And I'm glad that he got in his appeal. You guys there are saying that you can probably count on him getting out here in the near future. But during this appeal, he of course has to stay incarcerated. But you guys, just keep him in prayer, lift him up in prayer. The appeal came because he had talked to a prosecutor, I believe, or someone, and state that, and he said that you will not be, like, really a trial should have never happened. He should have never gotten convicted. That what the conversation was on the side should have never been brought into the courtroom. And so his lawyer is fighting for those things. So hopefully he'll be able to, hopefully he'll be able to get this appeal and get out. He's already done 2.5 years on this 3 to 10 that he has. So hopefully, he'll be able to come home soon. I tell you what, his wife is standing by his side. So that's a good thing. Let me see. Oh, you guys, listen to this. Thank you, Bree. It says, y'all know who Michael Blackson is, right? He's a comedian. And it says Michael Blackson wilding. And it says, yo, my nigga, Fresh Prince, you okay? Yeah, I'm cool. I appreciate your concern, my African Philly brother. Just making sure you don't go back to drinking like you did. Oh, y'all, look, I got to put my glasses on. Sorry. Just hope you don't go back to drinking like you did in Hancock. Laugh out loud. We broke up, so we broke up. So she did her and I did me. I had a feeling you cried when you got in the house because entanglement sounds like they did some freaky ish, my brother. What the F you mean? Well, entanglement is like a comprising and complicated position. I think he ate her he ate her A from the front. He said, I'm blocking now. I'm blocking you now. So that was good, Bree. Thank you for sending that. You know, he's a comedian and he is so funny. He is so funny. I appreciate you sharing that. I hope I read it right. I can't see. I'm blind. I don't like these glasses. So anyway, my thing with the bit with let's talk about it, Bree. My thing with Bill is after those women got paid, they shouldn't have been able to come back out. Listen, Bree, right? I agree, and but that's just like the alleged victims with R. Kelly. I thought that once you signed and you got your money that you weren't supposed to talk about that anymore. Um so it's the same thing. But you know, I just hope the best for Bill. I hope that he does get it. You know, he's of age, he's way up in age. And then we got this coronavirus getting even worse. Coronavirus, and I just hope that he gets to come back. But you're absolutely right, Bree. That was a good response. I read one with 50 Cent and Will. Oh, did you? I think I saw it, but I skipped past it, Latrice. Thanks for sharing that. You got a icebreaker here. Icebreaker. What else we got? So have you guys heard about so Gishlaine Maxwell? Of course, you guys heard that she got arrested, which is Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirator, right? And so she obviously is, what they're saying is that she was on the run and she's finally been caught. And they're saying that Prince Andrew, he better be careful because Gishlaine, she does not care about anybody but herself. And they said that her lawyer, she hired the lawyer that got they got what's his name? He was a big drug dealer. I'm going to tell y'all. Ooh, what's his name? Anyway, she hired this really good lawyer, right? And I have to find it. But anyway, and they said that the lawyer is going to try to talk her into turning against Jeffrey and everybody else, right? And then get a really good plea so that she can get off and not be so bad. But she was supposed to go to court on Friday to get for a bond hearing. But if they think that she's been running, and if you see where they caught her in where was she? I had all my notes and I can't find them. New Hampshire, where they found her, like people like don't remember seeing her in the community, like she just bought that place and it's way out in a country, like. But anyway, they believe that she's been on the run for a year. You know, Jeffrey Epstein was arrested a year ago, and then just a month later he killed himself, and she was his right hand woman, right? And so she just submitted to him everything she wanted to do. He needed her to do. He did it. And not only was she recruiting like 12 and 14-year-old girls for him, she was also, when they would come to the house, she would also put a hand in molesting them or sexually abusing them. And so she rubbed shoulders with the Clintons. She rubbed shoulders with Donald and Melania, what's her name, his wife, with them. Those are her friends, all these big name people. And so they said that what would happen is, like, she would go recruit the girls, and then Jeffrey would just traffic them out to whoever, all the big wigs that wanted to be with somebody, and that he would just get them to where he was, and then dish them out to the people, the big wigs, right, that just wanted to step out on their wives or whatever. And also, Cecilia Bree said, I don't think he's dead, by the way. So they did say that he hung himself, but they think that somebody else killed him and that he was buried somewhere. They're trying to shut it down, that people think that he's not dead, and was saying that he's been buried, like he did really kill himself, right? All the elites, Tamika, right, exactly. But anyway, here's the difference that I feel in the R. Kelly story and Jeffrey's story, is that every victim of Jeffrey went to the authorities and told. but they ignored it. They just kind of brushed it under the rug because he was buying them. Like he would pay them big money. He bought like the police department, right? He would take them to his island. They said it was nicknamed Pedo Island. He would take them out there, and you couldn't escape from this island, right? You could not escape. It was the only way you could get out is by a boat or a private plane. And so the difference for me, is they said, well, what's the difference with you saying that, we need to look more into R. Kelly's alleged victims because they're not being truthful. Well, it's the truth. If you go do your investigation, a lot of discrepancies were made. But if you look at what the Jeffrey Epstein case, those victims, they immediately went to authorities, and the authorities ignored them. Like, they didn't, I don't see any, I can't find any police reports on R. Kelly's alleged victims. That's all I'm saying. That's the difference. You guys, the number is 346-213-8176. Call in, or you can join me live on StreamYard. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining the chat. If you haven't already done so, please go out for a quick second and hit that like button. Thank you so much, girly girl. And come back in. Thank you so much. Will Smith was on the list. Yeah, he was. So critical thinker. Will Smith was on the Jeffrey Epstein list, who he rubbed shoulders with. Because I know there was a few other people. There was a long list of people. I hate losing my notes because I'll be for real preparing for it. No, they need to ask why Oprah and Ellen wearing ankle monitors. Tell me about it. Talk about it, Bree. Hold on, I'm gonna find my stuff. I thought I was, but anyway, Mr. Live, Love, Laugh. Hello, thank you for being here. If you're just now coming in, please hit the like button. Please share and subscribe. If you're new, welcome to the chat. You are most welcome here. Yes, okay, so he was on the list too. There was a slew of names on that list. The Duchess was on there. Oh gosh, it was a lot of them. But here's the thing, the Clintons, here's the thing with that. They're saying whoever she recruited and whoever indulged in violating those little girls, that they're saying Gishlaine holds the key, and she's going to tell it to get the best outcome that she can get, the best plea deal that she can get. Because this whole entire time she's been, okay, man, I'll call you. Sorry, y'all, my husband. But she's going to she want to get the best deal, because this entire time she has been denying that she had anything to do with it. But you guys, these victims were consistent. They were stern. They were like, they knew all about her. One lady, she was an assistant, and she said they would be riding they would be riding, and she would tell the Gishlaine would tell the driver, stop right here at a park, and she would run over and talk to little girls and pass their numbers out to the parents or whatever. I don't know, but to the little girl, but that evening those little girls would be showing up at the house, and she said some of them. See, he was connected to Jeff Epstein was connected to Victoria's Secret. So she was telling them that she could get them a modeling job for Victoria's Secret. That's how she would draw them in. And so they would end up being at the house, and Gishlaine would answer the door when they got there. And then they continued to, and they moved forward with violating them. And like some of them would come to his house, and when he's done, he would give them $100 bill and like, okay, go on your way. It was crazy. Now that I looked at that documentary, it was really good. It was sad, but it was really good. You guys, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Jamie Foxx, Gail, and her girlfriend Oprah, Christy Teigen, Chris Tucker, and Obama. He was on the list. I thought, Tori, that they said Obama was not on the list. Wow. They had to start off rubbing. Yep. So they would take. So when they got to his house, Gishlaine would open the door, and Galen, whatever her name is, would open the door, take him up to where he was. He's laying on the massage table, butt naked. And then that's where it all would start. Get them, take them, and thinking they're like one girl they met at she met her at the golf course or at the golf club, at the country club. And she knew that she was interested, wanted to be a model, young girl, said, you're going to go on this elaborate trip, and ended up in the island, at his island, Pedo Island. And she tried to get away, and he had cameras all over the island. So he knew exactly where she was, but there was nowhere to get away. She get to the end of the thing. It's nothing but water for days. And so you have to have a boat to get out or plane. And they finally caught up with her and brought her back or whatever. But it's a mess. Jamie Foxx too. God. Rubbing his nasty feet. Yes. What did I just get? Oh, look here, the list. Who is this sending me this? I'm so thankful. That's my girl, Brit. Thank you. Thank you, Brittany. So you guys, my gosh, all the Kevin Spacey, Christy Rogers, Larry Summers. Oh my gosh. I don't see Will Smith on here. Wanda Sykes is on the list. People will be shocked at the list of names. It's a whole long list of names, y'all. Oh my goodness. Woo, thank you, Tori. I'm gonna have to do a whole video on that. So I'm gonna have to do a whole another one tomorrow. I'll probably work on it tonight. Everybody should be locked up. Here's the thing, Casey. I feel the same. I don't care who it is. If you have violated 12, 14 young underage against the law, children. Oh, okay. I'll see it. Then you have to pay for that. You have to account for that. You also, but on the other hand, you have to, everybody should get their due process, and let the evidence support what you're saying. If the evidence is not there, I'm sorry, you can't convict somebody and you don't have the full-blown evidence. Let me tell you, I was listening to a prosecutor for the FBI or for the feds, right? He's an ex prosecutor. He said that sexual abuse is the hardest case to try and the hardest case to get a conviction, because there's hardly ever any evidence of it. Like, they don't have the set in stone hardcore evidence that they need. And that's one of their hardest cases to fight. And a lot of times people end up walking because the evidence just wasn't there. There was not enough evidence there. Now, if you have been following R. Kelly, which most of the people here have, then every time we hear from Steve, like, they're saying the evidence, you don't have any discovery. Where's the discovery? Well, what he's saying is they try to get the discovery and they try to piece it together in order to, and I'm going to play that. I'm going to find that and I'm going to play it on one of my videos. But he said they try to piece the discovery together, the little evidence that they have, try to piece it together in order to have a case. And so a lot of times they end up not being able to convict them because the evidence is just not there. And that's what I'm hearing Steve Greenberg say. You know, you say you have all these things, but it's not there. But if you hear people that are against R. Kelly and that think they, or know whatever they know, they say, oh yeah, they have these tapes and they have this information against him. So that's why at the end of the day, you have to let it go through the court system, and you have to have due processes, and you have to bring all the discovery, all the evidence to the trial, bring it out, whatever it looks like, and then do what you do, whatever it ends up being, but bring it out. Don't just automatically convict somebody because of hearsay. but it happens all the time. John Legend on the list, I think. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Okay. Phases, make sure Dr. Rogers see Oprah so I can die laughing at her petty Betty. Okay. All right. I will, Tori. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Okay. John Legend, while he's trying to steal Robert's spot, sorry, pumping his head up. Oh, Sony's pumping his head up, not with the elevator music, never. Yeah, I don't listen to John Legend at all. When he come on the radio, I turn it. Not because I have something against him. I just don't like his music at all. I have the list. I got the list. Let's see. That's what no weapon formed against Rob will work in the blood name of Jesus. I'm not ashamed for knowing all the words, but woo, the lyrics. Okay. Anyway, you guys, John Lemon will try to steal Roberts. Okay. Well, anyway, you guys, I think I'm going to end this live for now. We've been here about an hour and 45 minutes. I appreciate everybody being here and listening in. This was a really good live. It was peaceful. It was fun. It was interesting. Like I could go on and on, like a part two. Because you know what? Every day something new comes out about Will and Jada's situation. And I'd be interested in seeing, what's what. But I think August, I don't know, but I think he may just leave it at what it is now. He said what he had to say. He kind of uh, responded a little bit, and I think like he's over it. I don't know. So anyway, thank y'all so much for being here again. If you didn't hit the like on your way in, hit the like on the way out, you guys. My podcast is on Anchor and everywhere you get a podcast. So it is Phases in Motion. Go over there and check me out if you will. Let's see. This is a great live. Thank you so much, girly girl. Yes, this was a great live, and I appreciate everybody. You guys, I'm getting ready to go. So take care of yourself, respect each other, respect yourselves. I'm out.